So on the line, we are joined by Rob Mathias of the Voluntary Rebel. How you doing today, Rob?
I'm doing pretty good. Just got off of work. How you doing?
I'm terrific, and thanks so much for joining us on the line. We can hear you loud and clear, and you had a special intro for me that I want to read for you because you took all the work to give me an intro. Not everyone does that, but then I quickly made it go away. So my mistake. I'm gonna pull it right back up here, and here we go.
Fair enough.
So Rob Mathias is the man behind the YouTube channel, The Voluntaryist Rebel. He's been making YouTube videos now for the past 9 months. Many of the videos Rob makes are targeted towards waking up Ron Paul conservatives and constitutionalists who want freedom but still hold on to the idea of the state. During the past presidential election, Rob helped campaign for Ron Paul, doing petitions to get him on the ballot, sign waves, and other outreach campaigning. But during the end of the campaign, Rob discovered voluntarism, and now focuses his energy on waking up others instead of voting. What do you mean by that, instead of voting?
Well, I view voting now as nothing more than endorsement of the state, and I don't want to endorse the people that will oppress me. I don't want anyone else to endorse the state either.
So you mean oppress people like how?
Well, most people usually vote for a organization to steal from others to pay for something they may or may not want, and I view that as an aggression.
Now, we're almost up on coming up onto the end of this segment, but we'll get into more about your beliefs, how they were molded throughout your campaigning for Ron Paul. But just so that people are able to go and check out your channel, what is your YouTube channel and what will people find there?
My YouTube channel is just the Voluntarist Rebel. Google search on YouTube, you'll find it. I do a lot of different videos. I would say about half of them, though. I used to be a Ron Paul conservative, a constitutionalist, and whatnot. I know how they used to think. They never would question the Constitution. I've read it so many times. I know it's nothing more than a document to control everything in this country. And I just try to make small, tiny videos. I'll go after one aspect of what they may be thinking and try and make them think a different way, or at least plant that seed of doubt in their mind.
Go check out his YouTube channel right now, The Voluntarist Rebel. You're listening to Peace News Now.
You already know about the
All right, rock on. Terrific. So we are on a commercial break for LRN.FM, but we are still live on YouTube, Google+, and LibertyMovementRadio.com. So this is a more casual time, but feel free to introduce yourself for people who are not familiar. I gave you an introduction, but I'm sure I left something out, so fill us in.
Pretty much my background. I got tired of the whole political thing. When I did campaigning, I didn't do that much campaigning. I did some. Basically, I've always wanted to kind of let go. Always knew I was free, but when I really discovered what voluntarism is, and the non-aggression principle, self-ownership, all that jazz, and I own myself. And finally, the last campaign was kind of like the nail in the coffin for me. I finally had to let go, and kind of made New Year's thing for myself, where I really wanted to be active in the liberty community. I've been following everything going on in the liberty movement for years, and kind of always just been living my own life, living in, going to work and whatnot, and I kind of like, you know what, I have a smartphone, it has a camera on it, I can hit the record button, I can do something. I just want to be part of the community, and I really want, that's how another way I also discovered the Free State Project is a whole other thing that I would love to talk about as well, because I'm a participant. And yeah, that's pretty much my backstory in a nutshell.
I think that's super exciting. First of all, that you're a Free State Project participant. That's exciting because you're an active person who gets the ideas of liberty and lives them, and we need more people like that getting together.
Our goal is to get there before next year's Pork Fest. That's the goal. I want to try and get there before then. Hopefully I do. If I don't, I don't. But my goal is to really try and get a new job there, or transfer from a job I'm working now, save some money, and get there as soon as I can. But yeah, I love the Free State Project. I think that's where the momentum for the liberty movement really is.
Are you doing a fundraiser for your move there?
No. Should I? Should I do a fundraiser for that? I accept Bitcoin and Litecoin if someone wants to donate to it. I don't have like a fundraiser, but if they want to donate like a few $1,000s Bitcoin, then I'm like,
This is how I see it. You're a person who's active for liberty.
Yes.
Therefore, we need you in New Hampshire.
Yes.
You need money to get to New Hampshire, therefore a fundraiser.
I'll have to think about it. Well, if anyone wants to fund me, like I said, I accept Bitcoin. I won't accept Bitcoin. I won't accept FRNs.
A smart move.
Yeah.
Who wants to do with that blood money anyway?
Exactly.
So when did you start accepting Bitcoin?
Literally as soon as I started a YouTube channel, I was like, you know what, I want to support alternative currencies. I mean, I get donations and whatnot, but for the most part, I put it up there just so if someone discovers my channel, they're like, what is Bitcoin? What is, just having a donation thing on there alone kind of shows, like, someone will look into it, like, well, what, someone who may not know what Bitcoin is. I know normally a lot of people will have like a PayPal thing or something like that, and they know what that is. But I put it on there for donations if I could, but really it's there just as an advertisement for Bitcoin for people that may discover my channel, like searching for something, and they see Bitcoin, like, well, what's this Bitcoin? I gotta do some research on it. So that's kind of one reason why I actually have it on there, just try and support that currency. That's
great. Bitcoin's getting a lot of saturation in that way. So we're coming back in 10 seconds. So if you'll just hang tight, we'll be right back.
Sure.
Out at shows.lrn.fm. That's shows.lrn.fm.
Welcome back. Welcome back to the show. You are listening to Peace News Now, live at peacenewsnow.com. And we are joined on the line by Rob Mathias, or do you prefer the Voluntaryist Rebel?
I like going by my internet name, like most people in the Liberty Movement.
Okay, well, in your bio you used your.
Well, I know, I did supply that, yeah. But I don't know, if you want to use a name to go with it, go with the internet name. I prefer that one.
That's what I prefer. I like calling people by whatever their handle is. I renamed myself. I'm Derek J. Freeman. That's not my original name, but a lot of people in the Liberty Movement like to rename themselves, sometimes pretty often, and I encourage that. I think it's wonderful.
I like it. Yeah,
free choice and free association, and no one ever chooses something lame.
I don't need to seek permission to change my name.
Yeah, good attitude. Speaking of asking permission, you've been on my radar for a while, but now the reason I asked you to come on the show was I saw the video You Lost Me at We. And I thought that was terrific. That was a video you put up 7 months ago about the Constitution. Tell us, why did we lose you at We?
My whole thing with We Lost Me at We is it's all about the United States Constitution. As a Ron Paul conservative, which I once was, they hold up the Constitution. You talk to any Ron Paul conservative, the first thing they're going to ask, did you read the Constitution? The Constitution is almost like the Holy Bible in regards to most constitutionalists. And that was one of the last things for me to really break through and let go for me personally. Like, I used to be a huge defender of the Constitution, and it was kind of like that's why I actually leave it as a feature video on my channel, is I hope other Ron Paul conservatives really look at that. And I kind of go through in detail, just the Article 3, the powers of Congress, just what they really do and who gave them that power. A lot of Ron Paul conservatives, they really don't look at like who gave the United States that power. And it was just 39 people, and most of those people that even signed that weren't even at the Declaration of Independence. So I kind of view it more as just a coup that took place for the Articles of Confederation, and they literally gave themselves the power to steal, the power to murder, and the power to monopolize day-to-day lives with regards to the Commerce Clause.
What sort of woke you up to that? Because a lot of people who are Ron Paul conservatives get stuck in that Constitution, Bible bashing type environment. What unstuck you from that?
YouTube, in a nutshell. Watching videos, everything from like Stefan Molyneux videos to like Larkin Rose. I have the right to rob you, and a bunch of other different videos, other people on YouTube. Then I listen to like a lot of different podcasts I've listened to over the years, and just kind of doing more research and reading and whatnot. And I don't know. I finally got it. People being telling me, I was like, well, we need a government. We need something. I'm like, no, limited violence is still violence. Limited control is still control over you. You own yourself. And I finally was able to let go of my mind, and I try to help, if I can, other Ron Paul people to do the same.
So
evolve, not revolution, evolution.
Nice. I love it. It is about a peaceful evolution, in my view, just by people leading by example, trading in Bitcoin, and giving each other rides without permission, being agorists. This is all a way to peacefully replace the pieces of the state that have fallen apart. It's not like any sort of destruction. It's a creative construction of filling in the gaps where the state has failed. So speaking of those gaps, where did you come from? Where was your background before you hit the ground running in the YouTube world?
I grew up on the south suburbs of Chicago. Unfortunately, I'm still here in Cook County. I hope to get out here soon. I grew up in a kind of conservative Republican family. Though there are other Democrats in it and whatnot. Thanksgiving dinner was sometimes a fight with some of my family members. But for the most part, they weren't really that political. They would complain about something on TV from time to time. But for the most part, kind of conservative family. And I was always a history buff, especially in high school. I used to love reading up on history. And I kind of fell in love with the Revolution and the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution. Just doing a lot more research and reading, and that's how I kind of got into that. And then I somehow fell into the truther movement, and from there I found it went from literally from Alex Jones all the way down to Ron Paul and Stefan Molyneux. Like I just kept going and going down the rabbit hole, farther and farther and farther.
At first I was imagining sort of a web, those webs that we weave, but it sounds more like you were on a slide.
It's been what, someone introduced me to my whole really thing, like doing a lot of research into what's going on in the world, and then finding the philosophy of liberty. But I think in 2006, a coworker showed me Loose Change. And then I was like, I don't believe this. And I kept doing research. And then going from there, the government's horrible. Now what? And then I started researching, philosophies and liberty. And that's how I really, I got introduced to Ron Paul and his speeches, Napolitano speeches, Judge Knapp. Then from there, Stefan Molyneux, and then kept going and going. And, once I knew that the government's bad and evil, what do I do then? And you fill that void with the message of liberty, non-aggression principle, all that jazz.
And you go to New Hampshire as part of the Free State Project.
Yes, you join the momentum. You join the where liberty is making a stand.
Why did you now on the show during the last segment we had Joel Valenzuela, who is moving to New Hampshire.
Great guy.
For more freedom, who actually has moved already. He made the move. He's an early mover. The Free State Project has not yet met its reserve of 20,000 signers to commit to moving, but some people, about 1,000 of them, decided, we don't care, we're moving anyway, we're going to get the ball rolling.
Life is too short to wait for 20,000 people to sign up.
Yeah, bunch of people, slowpokes, taking their time, dragging their feet, not realizing that the government is the cause of so many problems in their life, and if they could just get away from it, so much would be corrected in the world. But tell us why you decided to move to New Hampshire. You are planning to move within a year. We talked about during the break.
Yeah, my goal is to get there by PorcFest this next year, hopefully. The reasons why, I've been following the Free State Project kind of for like about 5 years. I saw an article on Reason but I never, I kind of, it's been on my radar, but for the last couple of years, it's really been on there. And I remember on YouTube, God, it had to be like 3 or 4 years ago, I found Dave Really Report on YouTube, and I saw these activism going on. And he did I know how he always does it, advertisements in the beginning and whatnot, and he had advertised for Free Keen. So I'm like, what's Free Keen? I looked at Free Keen. That's how I actually that's how I discovered you. I discovered your documentary. And that was one of it wasn't the thing, but that just seeing all that activism going on, I'm like, my God, I gotta. I'm sitting here in Southside Chicago, like nobody cares about liberty, and here's these people standing up peacefully, just doing whatever they can. I'm like, I need to get there.
Chicago, forget about it. They don't care about liberty.
No.
Now, I'm going to ask you to back your mic a little bit away from your face. It's just a little bit hot, so I'm getting a lot of sound from you. And if we could just dial that back, it'll probably result in higher quality sound. That's quite all right. It's great to have passion, especially on a topic like moving to New Hampshire for more freedom. Have you been to New Hampshire? Have you visited, perhaps at?
No, I've never visited New Hampshire yet.
Okay, well,
so it's gonna be when I move. It's gonna be the first time I get there. I'm not gonna waste money visiting when I know I want to go there.
Wow, what a positive attitude! Anything else that you would like to plug while you're still on? We've coming up on a break.
You can just follow me if you want to hit me up on Twitter. I'm at Voluntary Rebel. Otherwise, just find me on YouTube, Voluntarist Rebel.
All right, check him out. Just easiest way is to Google the Voluntaryist Rebel. That's what I did. First result was his on YouTube. Go check him out. An exciting guy. I can't wait to see you in New Hampshire, Rob.
I hope to be there soon.
Peace.
Do you feel like there's
Okay, rock on. So we are on a commercial break for LRN, and we continue on LibertyMovementRadio.com and on YouTube. So I just want to once again say thank you so much for joining the program, Rob. People can check you out at The Voluntaryist Rebel, and I really do look forward to seeing you in New Hampshire in less than a year. I've got my fingers.
I hope to be there at PorcFest. That's my goal. I really want. I wish I was at the last one. Like my Facebook feed was just literally a bombardment of stuff from it. So money. That we've been saving. We signed up back in January, February, and we've just been trying to save money for it.
You know how many people would love to be doing what you're doing, but instead they've got a 9-to-5 that they just can't, and you know, they're like they want more of what you're doing. So hopefully, I hope that you're able to raise some funds. I think what you're doing is important. Communicating these ideas are what woke me up, that woke you up. Hopefully it will wake others up, and we'll see the free world that we want to see.
Sounds good.
Thanks so much, Rob. I'm going to close it out
all right.
on my own, but thank you for joining.
Thanks for having me on.
My pleasure. Peace.
Peace.